What's going on, guys? Next, the Vortex, and it is the season of ghosts, goblins, spirits, blood baths, and evil shit, Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger and all that goodness, and candy for the children. Candy, it's very important. Candy is a very important part of Halloween, so you gotta focus on all that stuff. But I decided, since we're in the Halloween season, and I like to play video games, and I'm sure that you guys, most of you who watch my videos, the 5 people who watch my videos, like to play video games as well. So I made a list of games that I think will put you in the Halloween spirit, get you in the killing mood and the blood and the gore and all that nasty shit, If you're not that way already, if you don't go around and wake up in the morning and just be like, I feel like, killing shit and blood and shit. If you're not like that, some of these games might get you in the mood. I'm not saying you should go out and start killing people or anything like that. I'm just saying it'll get you in the mood for Halloween. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the list.
Number 10, Resident Evil HD Remastered.
Created by Capcom, Resident Evil was originally released in 1996 for the first PlayStation. It almost instantly became one of the most loved games of the time and basically fathered the survival horror influx that followed in the years to come. Though the original release had some questionable voice acting and live action cutscenes, eventually it became like a badge of honor. Even today, people will still quote lines from that game, and it's always funny. Resident Evil was so good, in fact, that it spawned 6 main game installments, 5 inaccurate and mostly cheesy live action films, 2 animated films, multiple remasters on different systems, and a mind-numbing amount of spin-off titles, which more often than not missed the mark. The newest game in the series, Resident Evil Biohazard, is VR capable and set to release in early 2017, so make sure you guys keep a lookout for that one.
Number 9, Slender The Arrival.
Slender. Okay, so if you want to play a game that represents fear in the simplest, most pure form, Slender The Arrival is it, I promise you. Developed by Blue Isle Studios and Parsec Productions, Slender places you in a secluded area, which basically consists of some woods, a creepy-ass house, and another creepy-ass building, and you get my point, you're just basically surrounded a bunch of creepy-ass shit. But yeah, and did I mention that you only have a flashlight to defend yourself with? But Slender puts you in the shoes of a worried friend that is searching for clues about a missing person. Throughout the game, you're searching for 8 pieces of paper that are spread across the play area to try and figure out the mystery, all while the Slender Man stalks you at every turn. This game does a great job of playing off your fears with fantastic ambient sounds that fit the game depending on what is happening at any given moment, as well as having great lighting and screen effects to cater to the things that are happening on screen as well. It may not seem like much when you look at it, but I dare you to turn the lights out, crank up the headset, and play this game alone. Chances are it'll earn your respect by the time you finish. If you finish.
Number 8, Alien Isolation.
In the midst of the many Alien games that have been released over the course of what is now decades, there are 3 that stand out to me. Alien vs. Predator, Alien Colonial Marines, and Alien Isolation. Now, one of these games was not very good. In fact, it was god-awful. But I don't really want to point fingers or anything, Colonial Marines. But thankfully, the team at Creative Assembly cared enough to put some serious effort into the quality of their work, and it definitely shows in Alien Isolation. Published by Sega, the moments in this game where you're crouched behind a table or hidden under a desk, with your motion tracker beeping as the alien creeps closer to you, is horror gaming gold. Cannot be replicated in any other game. Not any other game that I've played. This is all due to the intelligent AI of the alien and the fact that if he sees you and you don't have a weapon, you are utterly and absolutely dead, period. Something inside of you makes this game of hide and seek feel real, and it's amazing. And if you're already an Alien fan, this is a no-brainer. Best single player game in the series, hands down.
Number 7, Until Dawn.
Now this one was a definite surprise for me. I remember buying this game just because it looked interesting and was a PlayStation 4 exclusive, and well, I had a PlayStation 4, so yeah, that's why I bought it. It wasn't until I actually played the game that I understood exactly how good it really was. Developed by Supermassive Games, Until Dawn had the luxury of having Hayden Panettiere as the lead character, a fact that no one on the marketing team failed to remember, I assure you. But the rest of the cast is top-notch as well, even casting Rami Malek, whom everyone knows now as the guy from Mr. Robot, as a pivotal character in the game. Where this game really shines, though, is in its butterfly effect story system. every choice that you make in Until Dawn changes the way things will play out in the chapters to come. And some of the decisions you make carry the weight of someone's death with them, so you have to choose wisely. What seems like just another teen movie at the start turns into a compelling and desperate fight for survival. Until Dawn is also jumping into the VR game, as they just released a VR experience called Until Dawn Rush of Blood with the release of the new PlayStation VR. Man, that is a lot of VR usage in one sentence. Okay, but anyway, it's a literal on-rail shooter as the game places you in a seat of a cart ride. Developers saying that they make use of the choice-based system in this game as well, so that's something that I'm kind of interested to see. I'm actually a little bummed that I can't try that yet, but when I do get a chance, footage and impressions will follow.
Number 6. The Evil Within.
Tango Gameworks' The Evil Within is a psychological survival horror game that leaves you unsure what is real and what is just a fit of your own psychosis. The Evil Within draws its flavor from games such as Resident Evil and Silent Hill, but it has no issues carving out its own place in the flesh of the horror genre. Speaking of Silent Hill, the reason it hasn't shown up on the list yet is only due to its unavailability on current consoles. If it was, it would have already appeared, possibly even higher than this spot. But back to the game at hand. The Evil Within adds things like stealth, a progression system for your main character, and a much more challenging game overall than the titles it borrows from. You will die horrible deaths, and you will die a lot. And they are all satisfying to watch, every time. Though the story can falter at times, it still does a good job of keeping your attention and giving you a reason to press on, even if it's just so you can try to find out what the hell is going on. This game, like every other survival horror game, should be played in a dark room with a headset keeping you fully immersed in every creak and blood-curdling scream. If you choose to play this way, The Evil Within can offer some legitimately scary moments, not including jump scares, because it has those too. I look at The Evil Within as the more hardcore gamer's survival horror title. Higher difficulty, but also more rewarding for reaching the ending. Horror fans will not be disappointed.
Number 5. Killing Floor 2.
Killing Floor 2 is Tripwire Interactive's follow-up to their largely popular horde-style shooter of the same name. Killing Floor 2 improves in almost every aspect of its predecessor. While horde-style FPSs are a dime a dozen these days, Killing Floor's setting and rewarding perk system truly sets it apart. You and up to 5 of your friends can customize your characters, buy armor and guns, and jump right into the hot zone to fight all types of different monstrosities. I mean, it's supposed to be a disease outbreak, but these things look like something straight from the depths of hell most of the time. Got babies chasing you with knives and shit, pups coming to kill you. It's crazy, man. More than anything though, Killing Floor is just plain fun. Increasing difficulty forces you to adapt and use teamwork to push on. Though the game can be played alone, as is the case with most games, it's way more fun with a group of friends.
Number 4. Outlast.
Outlast is a game that reminds me of Slender or Fatal Frame. It's another one of those survival horror titles that puts you in a situation where you are armed only with a camera and or flashlight and says, okay, now survive. These are some of the best games in the horror genre, and the feeling of defenselessness truly lends to the chills that are soon to follow. Developed by Red Barrel Studios, Outlast was one of the best games offered as a PlayStation Plus freebie, which is how I first played it. I literally got to a point in that game where I decided I wasn't going to play it anymore alone in the dark. Like seriously, and I never do that. The thing with Outlast is, it isn't shy about using jump scares, and man, you can only take so much of that. Add the fact that the game has you wandering through a psychiatric hospital where the shit has clearly hit the fan. Actually, with all the creepiness that is involved with that concept alone, the jump scares don't really have much work to do when it comes to scaring you shitless. Outlast was so well received that a sequel is planned to release in 2017. Lord help us.
Number 3. Costume Quest.
Costume Quest 2 is another sequel that is a total improvement over its predecessor. This game could have definitely contended for number 1 on this list, and it's only held back by the fact that this list caters more towards the adult gaming demographic. But this game represents Halloween more than any other title on this list due to the fact that the entire premise for the game is based around it. Developed by the creative minds at Double Fine Productions, the creators of Psychonauts and my personal favorite, Brutal Legend, it has the charm and fantastic humor that we've come to expect from a Double Fine production. The whole idea of Costume Quest is that you're playing as a group of kids, out trick-or-treating, and some shit goes down. As you journey through the game, you acquire different costumes to wear. Wearing these costumes gives you powers and fighting abilities exclusive to each costume. For instance, if you wear the clown costume, you can make yourself slip on a banana peel to make your party laugh and then in turn heal themselves. The way combat is executed in Costume Quest is impressive as well. It pulls from the old school RPG turn-based combat and is extremely entertaining to watch. I honestly don't know why RPGs are going away from turn-based combat. It adds more strategy, the attacks can be more theatrical, but I digress. That's an issue for a completely different video. But Costume Quest is definitely worthy of a top spot on this list because it is just too damn fun not to play. You should definitely check it out.
Number 2. Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight, which was created by Behavior Interactive, is a 1 vs 4 survival horror game. Like, it's for real the epitome of survival horror because all you're trying to do is survive most of the time. One player chooses from a list of killers, each with their own set of specific weapons and skills, while up to 4 others play as the survivors and have to avoid you on the map while trying to complete tasks in order to escape. The reason this game is number 2 is the fact that until Friday the 13th releases, this is the closest we can get to a slasher movie style game, which everyone knows slasher films and Halloween go together like hookers and hotel rooms. The character progression is pretty good as well. When you play, you earn points that can be used to buy perks for the killers or survivors, such as making your footsteps softer so the killer can't find you. Playing as a killer and stalking your prey is extremely satisfying, and playing as a survivor will make your actual heart pound faster, not just in the game. This is the basic premise we fell in love with in all slasher films, and is perfectly represented here. And to top it all off, they just released DLC that lets you play as Michael Myers or his sister Laurie, which makes this the most legit slasher Halloween title on this list. Michael Myers is Halloween. Michael Myers is life. Unless he's trying to kill you, in which case he's death, and you should definitely run from him. This game is regularly being improved, and I personally can't wait to see what awaits in the future. Another must play.
Number 1. Bloodborne.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Bloodborne. This is the creme de la creme of creepy ass games on next gen hardware. If Edgar Allan Poe was lead developer on a video game, he would make Bloodborne. If Halloween could manifest itself in physical form, and you said, hey, you want to play a video game? It would reply, Bloodborne. H.P. Lovecraft was a direct inspiration for the game. I mean, seriously. This masterpiece was developed and directed by the creative minds that brought us Dark Souls and basically every Souls game that's ever been created. From Software and Hidetaka Miyazaki, which I probably butchered his name, really outdid themselves with the art direction and general gameplay throughout. Bloodborne perfectly encapsulates everything that we have grown to love about Halloween. It's got the extremely haunting setting, it has all the iconic monsters such as werewolves, witches, cursed priests, a whole crap load of demons, and so on. Everything in the game, including the clothes you wear and the weapons you use, oozes with gothic influence. This game is truly the stuff of nightmares. If the setting and art isn't enough, the gameplay is some of the best in all of gaming. The combat is fast and responsive, the boss fights are awe-inspiring at times, challenging but rewarding, and Bloodborne also has an extremely satisfying character progression system beneath all of this. The game is also full of secrets and Easter eggs that encourage assisting and seeking assistance from other hunters. Oh yeah, that's right, cooperative play. It has that too, and it's invaluable, especially in some of the harder boss encounters. Bloodborne tops this list because it is absolutely the best game to get you in the Halloween spirit. All it's missing is pumpkins and candy, like seriously. You need to be playing this game.
So guys, that was my top 10 list of games to play before or on Halloween to kind of get you in the spirit of Halloween, get you prepared to go out there and give out candy or party, or it's up to you. But I am Next to Vortex, and if you like the video, please hit the like button. And if you feel so inclined as usual, please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.